Speak to that a bit though, because the transition from living single and being alone to marriage, like that's a real commitment. You're sacrificing your independence a bit.
So we didn't talk about this last time you guys were here, right?
Nah.
So Raymond, my producer in training, so to speak, he's my wife's cousin. So I met my wife. I was at a bachelor party in New Orleans. Like we met like 13 guys. We went down. We were just having a good time. She was in New Orleans that same weekend for her best friend's bachelorette party, and we ended up meeting at a bar. You know, she lives in Miami. She's Cuban. She moved to the U.S. in like I think '01. So like we met. You know, I'm like, she is like, you know,
bad.
Did you ever watch Scrubs?
No.
All right, there was a scene in Scrubs, and I always refer to this because this is exactly what I did. Me and my best friend Drew, the guy on the far left of there, looks like a girl. He didn't look like a girl this weekend.
Shout out to him.
But we were obsessed with Scrubs. So either way, she walked in, and I literally grabbed his leg. I was like, oh, my God, don't look now. The hottest girl in the world just walked in the bar. I'm like, she's so hot, I'm going to make a scene. But like, it was one of those things where like, oh, my God, like that's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. And just so happens, like I didn't say anything that time, because it was like the first day, and one of the other guys with us like was trying to like spit game to them and fucking scare them off. I was like, there was only 3 of them, the 3 girls. I was like, way to go, asshole! Way to go! You ruined it for me. I saw them the next day. We were at Pat O'Brien's, which is like you ever heard of the drink, the Hurricane?
Yeah.
Like this is where they say it was originated. That's where they came up with this drink.
Yeah.
They have a big patio, so it's all outdoor seating, and this is like a ton of people. Everybody's got tables. It's not like bar. It's all tables, like a patio. So I see them. I was like, oh, shit. Like, I was in the piano. They have a piano bar inside. So I was in there singing, like, Tom Jones and shit like that with people. Like, and I come out. I see them. I was like, oh, I'm gonna. This is my chance. I'm going to go talk to them. And, you know, again, like, I'm not. Like, I felt like I was a good-looking guy, but I always had bad luck. I'm like, whatever. This weekend, I'm just going to go out there and do my thing. So I went up. I was like, hey. I started talking to them. I don't even remember what I said. Long story short, I'm going into way too much detail. Nothing ever happened. I didn't even get to hang out with them aside from that first like 20 minutes.
Waste of your time.
No, but I got like the one girl, the bachelorette. She's like, oh, here, take my phone number and call us. We'll all hang out later tonight. Okay, great. Never heard from them. All right, figure whatever. So I'm out there partying, getting drunk. I was like, all right, too bad. I guess I'll have to find someone else. So the next day, I get a text from some random number, and it's the bachelorette. She was saying, hey, I'm so sorry. We never like called you. Like, it was not on purpose. I lost my phone. It's not my number, obviously. Like, I was able to back up my contacts and stuff like that. So like, I just want to apologize. Like, yeah, it's no big deal. Like, I appreciate you reaching out. That was a classy thing to do. I'm like, it was too bad. I wanted to put the charm on your friend Betty there. And she's like, oh, well, you're in luck because this is actually her number I'm texting you from. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, so is it cool if I keep in touch with her? And she says, yeah, she's looking forward to that.
Oh, I know your heart dropped.
I was showing everybody. We were on the bus back to the airport. I'm like, yo, remember the chick from that place? So now, but keep in mind, she lives in Miami.
Right.
We live in Jersey.
Right.
Not only is that
hard.
long distance, that's long distance. So we start talking. Everything's cool. Like, she's beautiful. She's great to talk to. Smart girl. That was September. In October, she was like, hey, listen, I'm coming up to New York City for a weekend. Like, you know, I'm with some friends, but if you want one night, would you want to meet up or something? Fuck yeah. I was thinking of a word quicker than yes. So we went on a date. You know, we went out. We walked along on like the High Line and shit. I took her to the top of the Empire State Building.
Fire.
Had a nice meal. We had the best first date ever. And that was history.
You had to go hard because she didn't live near you.
Yes.
You had to make
and
it
she was easily
impressed.
Like, to this day, still, she is the hottest woman that's ever talked to me. That's ever even spoken a word to me. And then, like, we kept in touch a little bit. I went down there. My mom moved to Florida, so I went down to visit her for Thanksgiving. And my mom was only like an hour north of Miami, so I hit her up and, hey, I'm not too far. Do you want to meet up again? She's like, absolutely. So we went out again. Great time. Literally, I got back, and she was like, hey, so my friend that was Charlene that was getting married, you know, they're having the wedding in Jamaica. Like, I don't really have a date, and I know this is last minute, but I just want to throw this out there. Like, if you wanted to come, like, I would love to have you as my date.
Wow.
Single guy, working, making money. I was a new foreman on the job. I had some cash.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I am there.
Right.
Yes.
So this was like a week
No
and a half
hesitation.
before, and I had to go buy a new suit and like shit.
Nice.
So I went to the wedding in Jamaica, and then we made it official. Like, all right, so can I call you my girlfriend? She's like, yeah, I would like that.
Oh.
And then we just.
Rest is history.
But I mean, for 2 years straight, I was doing long distance back and forth.
Had to
And I
sacrifice.
don't want to make her pay for flights because I just felt like that's a lot to ask of somebody. I'm like, but I want to actually try and see what's here. So we tried to wait. It was like from the first week of December. Then I didn't see her again until Valentine's Day. And I was like, yo, I flew down there. I was like, that was too long. Like, let's shorten this span up. So what ended up happening is every 3 weeks I would fly down to Miami. So I would leave work at 2:30, rush to Newark Airport, fucking change in the car. I had my bag packed. I would park in the long term, like the commuter lot, or not the commuter lot, the long, whatever it is, the long term, and take the shuttle bus to the terminal,
Right.
and I would fly down for the weekend, and this every 3 weeks for 2 years straight. So then finally, the next year in September, it was almost exactly a year. It was a little more than a year after we met. I proposed.
Wow.
And then she was like, yes. And then we just she said yes. And then we really never addressed so what are we going to do? Like, how are we doing this? I live in Jersey. You live in Miami. So it ended up, I got a job up here at the house already. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to come up there. And she has a son, my son, Tyler. He's 10 years old now. And I couldn't have asked for a better kid. Could not have asked for a better kid.
Wow.
Like, we got along right away. You know why? The first thing, when I met him, he comes up and he had the iPad. He just turned 5, and he's playing a Ninja Turtles game. He's like, you ever heard of Ninja Turtles? It's like, you are in luck, little man.
You have no idea. I know the fuck out of Ninja Turtles.
Bro,
love it.
I know everything about them.
Look at the colors on the mics.
That fucking.
Oh
You
yeah.
Oh,
notice
shit.
that?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
You sitting on Raph and Leo right now.
Right now, yeah.
Damn. Rap is actually my favorite. I want to switch with Sierra.
Yeah. But yeah, so that it took the long way around, but eventually we got married in 2017 in December. Now her and Tyler, they moved up here. So now I went from being alone, living on my own for 9 years straight.
Having a whole family.
Yeah, and now a month after they moved up here, her parents moved up here as well because they're very close.
That's the Hispanic.
it's a
culture.
Hispanic thing, yeah,
It
for
is.
sure. And now I went from having myself to having 4 other people in the house, and it was a major change. That first year was a struggle for both of us because I had a lot to learn. Like I had to change a lot of shit because
Be willing to share your space.
yeah, I had to be willing to share my space and all that stuff, which that probably wasn't even the hardest part. For me, the hardest part was learning the right state of mind and the way to behave. Not in a sense where being faithful was never an issue for me, but I mean having each other's back, because my instinct is if someone's wrong, I'm like, yo, why are you doing that? But if that's my wife, I will never question her
what
in
you're
front of
saying.
other
I
people.
get what
You know
you're
what I
saying.
mean?
You have to have a united front.
Yeah, but I had to learn that because that wasn't my first instinct, and that put us in some very awkward, uncomfortable situations.
I can imagine.
And that was my fault,
Yeah.
And at first I didn't understand it, but when she explained it, I was like, fuck.
I get it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Even now, I should probably apologize because I put her in some very shitty situations that I would have been upset if somebody put me in.
But I'm glad she was respectful of the learning curve.
But it was, like I said, it was a learning curve for both of us.
Yeah, both of you, but vice versa. You guys
Yeah.
are respectful of each other's learning curve.
It got a little dicey. It got a little dicey for a little bit. But like I said, she's a good woman, and she stuck with me. She gave me a chance to learn. I'm still learning.
Of course.
I mean, it's never you never know everything. You're never there. You know what I mean?
And people always change and evolve, so you're constantly learning new things as well.
Facts.
But I got to give her all the credit in the world because she changed a lot too. And even
Made
her
an
friends and
adjustment.
family have said that, wow, she
the
really
whole
changed.
lifestyle changed from Miami to Jersey.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And especially not being a native English speaker,
Yeah.
or her
That
parents.
says a lot about how much she loves you.
Yeah.
You know?
You know how many fucking people I work with said that's never gonna happen. She's never gonna move. Who's gonna move from Miami to New Jersey?
Fuck off.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Your mother's ass. How about that?
Hating ass.
Yeah.
Hating